What's up? What's up? You are listening to Jamie Beasley. This is the Fitness on Mars podcast. We did it. We
Hey,
did it. We got a name.
we got a name, baby.
Finally.
You didn't do it in the deep voice we spoke about, though, man.
Fitness on Mars.
Mars.
Yeah. Mars. Who's on the other end, bro? Who's laughing?
I am Sean Thomas, at Mugen.coach. Always forget it, bro. Always forget it. And this is...
Oh yeah, Jamie. At Jamie Bees. You know, man, I just don't need to plug myself. I'm just hoping I just grow magically.
Yeah, right? You know who we are.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Chilling. The huge. How you feeling, bro?
Good, man. Good. Got
Good training week?
yeah, man. Really good training week. Taking a rest day today because my body was beat up.
Bro, same. Same. I looked this morning, jiu-jitsu's like in 10 minutes, and I'm just looking at the gi. That's the kimono thingy, and the gi's looking at me. I'm looking at the gi's looking at me. And it's like we both sighed. I mean, I get it can't, but it's like we both had a moment where we were like,
Skipping today.
and that was it. That was the end of that. So today we are going to get straight to it. We are talking about before and after pictures, why they are trash and why they can be good, and everything in between. Would you like to go first, Jamie?
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's
Go
do
for it, man.
So let's start with my favorite problem of a before and after picture. So if you're unaware, before and after picture, in this context, we're talking about how somebody looked before they start, let's say, some lifestyle changes where they start going on a training schedule or fixing their diet and trying to eat a little bit better and improve their body composition. So that'd be the before picture. You get the camera out, snap that shot as is the day you want to make the changes. Then the after is the final product. That's when, or for that scenario, when you've followed your training, followed your diet, everything went smooth, you come out looking good, feeling real good, you're chuffed. Now,
Chuffed.
fucking stoked. Now that's great. The whole concept of that, starting somewhere, making lifestyle changes, getting fit, healthy, and then becoming something you're proud of. I'm all for that. What I'm not for is
I'm updating my slang. I just want to say facts. Go on.
what I'm not cool with is people using those to push their products and their coaching and whatever else they're making money from without breaking down what's actually happening from that before picture to the after picture.
Mhm.
Because you can cheat those pictures. You could buy those pictures as well. So just because one coach is pushing out these unreal before and after, like the person has fucking got jaw-dropping results, they might have bought that shit. They might not have even done that. That might not have been that coach.
Bro, one thing I have actually paid attention to the most lately is I used to think it was just like smart camera angles and making people look happier on the other side or telling them how to pose and so on and so forth. I'd never really thought about buying them, actually. I didn't know people did that.
Yeah,
Do
man.
people do that?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
One thing I realized people are doing, which is really smart lately, because I've noticed it more and more, and I'm like, oh, is people are running before and after competitions. So it would be a case of join the 90-day plan, and also run the chance of winning $1,000.
Yeah.
And if I'm someone who is taking on this plan, or someone who just wants to win $1,000, guaranteed I'm going to make my before and after look the best it can possibly be for you automatically.
Yeah.
So you've generated a chance for all these people to buy your program that will hopefully make up most of the money for the prize money, And now you generate all of those before and afters of people trying to win a prize. If I'm trying to win a prize, do know I'm going to get good lighting on the second picture. Do
Yeah,
know I'm
mate.
going to pose
That's
great. Do
straight
know.
from pump into the sauna.
Yeah, right.
And
And to get the most, I'm even going to Google strategies on how do I look lean over 2 days. Like,
yeah,
okay, dehydrate myself. Cool, no problem.
yeah. $1,000, 2 days work, easy.
Yeah. And now you give that 1,000 to one person, or sometimes they have a first, second, third price. But you've just maybe got yourself 20, 30, 40, however many before and afters that look amazing that you didn't have to ask to look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I was always holding back on was I find it weird if a coach if I had a coach and they told me, okay, now you're gonna take your after picture. This is how I want you to pose. Make sure one leg is slightly ahead of the other, a little to the side so there's a gap. Make sure your shoulders are back. Block. I'll be like, are you being serious?
Yeah.
I paid you to help me get change, not
Yep.
to help me pretend like I got change.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the photo shoot.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I think I'm so surprised now because I didn't even know people were buying them. But one thing I mainly noticed recently was just yeah, run a competition, and from that competition you can generate as much before and afters as you can, and use that as selling points.
Yep. Yeah. That's just another one of the marketing tricks, bro. That
Mm.
people are doing. And and so what I was saying before is, when like people are buying them, so you can't always probably shouldn't use that as a reference of the coach's work as well. Not that, like some people, myself, whenever I post legit before and after pictures of my clients, like
Are they though?
that's
No,
legit.
I'm
I
messing.
didn't buy them. I didn't buy them. That's legit. But I try my best to discuss the journey or what's sort of gone down between those two pictures, because
Mm-hmm.
you could easily market that to somebody else and just be like, all they did was eat fucking chicken broccoli for 3 meals and that's it. And then if
Mm-hmm.
somebody copies that, depending on their willpower and their self-control, they could probably do that as well.
Yeah.
But for the majority of people, they don't have that self-control. They don't have
Yeah.
that willpower. And if you tell them to eat that shit, like they'll do it for 3 days, if that, and then they're going to go fucking backwards. And then they'll be like, that doesn't work, and then pollute everyone around them. So if you
Mm-hmm.
can sort of paint the picture and tell, a good story of the before and after of what this person's learnt and what they did, in their situation, to sort of make those changes so that before then actually turned into the after, and it's sustainable. It wasn't for a cash money
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah, right. Cash money, baby. Exactly. And it's exactly how you say. It's just the way that you're showing as much truth as you possibly can. And
Mm,
by showing as much truth as you can, you set realistic expectations. Because unfortunately, that's why I don't like slash post before and afters, because I don't like the unrealistic expectations.
mm,
Um, a lot of the time, I'll see someone's before and after, like a client of mine. I'll be like, "Wow, that is amazing."
mhm,
And like you said, if I am to post it, I would do exactly like you do. I would tell the story of A to B.
mhm.
A lot of the times, if it's just like I've seen before and afters that weren't so great,
Yep.
but a lot of the time, and if I have the time, I'll read the person's before A to B, and
Mm,
sometimes they won't even have the A to B. They'll just literally post it and just be, it's not so great, but it's like there's a change. And
yep.
to me, that's the most important part, because all this fancy, I lost 10, 20 kg in X amount of days, like a week. I'm being silly, of course. It's just like, okay, so what did you do between A and B, like you just said? And a lot of the times, if the person spruced up the A to B, that's one, so it's false already. And now it's like, oh, I ate chicken and broccoli every day and I followed the Body Burn 5000. Now the other person who follows Body Burn 5000 and also eats chicken and broccoli every day and stays to it, if it's a false reality on the B picture, they are going to be comparing their results to that. And if you're comparing yourself to something that isn't real, now you've just destroyed your relationship with chicken broccoli and the body burn 5,000. And what's worse is people, I don't know, do you think people are do they choose to blame body burn 5,000, or do they hold themselves accountable and feel like, oh, I guess like I just didn't do enough? Or because I can imagine that's how some people then be like, oh, I've got to eat even less chicken and broccoli every day.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's where, as coaches, we can, by explaining the journey, we can educate the people that you don't have to now eat less chicken and broccoli. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if we tell the right story of, what actually worked, the science, and how we can apply that shit to, everyday people, then they can learn, why it didn't work, and then at least hold themselves accountable as well. Because it's like,
Yeah.
well, if this is how it's, truly meant to be done, this is the education behind it, this is the science, whatever, and then it didn't work out, and you did your, you didn't do what you were meant to do, then, that person's accountable, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I really hope people are holding themselves accountable for when, when there's a slip up. But that's the problem, is if you set, ah, that's the thing with these before and afters, is not only is the results then shown as false reality, but then the expectation in between is a false reality,
Mm.
because they're normally, a lot of the time, most before and afters I've seen, especially the loudest voices in fitness, are always these shorter programs, or
Yeah.
these programs that focus on a before and after. And because of that, I have to then change my life in this short amount of time in order to get results. And I have to live unrealistically while doing so. So not only am I living unrealistically, I'm living unrealistically for an unrealistic goal.
Yeah.
And that is just a trap, bro.
It's a paradox, bro.
Yeah. Like you're never gonna get what you wanted, and then you're just gonna kind of like I'm banging the same nail in terms of you're gonna blame yourself like, oh, I wasn't able to eat chicken and broccoli every day, and that's why I didn't look like that. But that's not the case, that's not what you needed to do. Of course, if you really want to make a change, you're gonna have to make certain sacrifices.
Hmm.
But if they're not going to be sustainable, and you're measuring up to an unrealistic goal because of what you've seen in before and afters, or you're hating the fact that, because think about during COVID, how many people would see a before and after, and they know that their before and after in the last 3 months was the opposite direction.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, bro, there's honestly, like, for instance, Instagram, like, I'm calling Instagram out, cluck it. Instagram likes to make money, but they are smart enough to know, hey, adverts we can't have before and afters. It's not healthy. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Can you not
And
can you not pump them on Instagram?
say that again.
Can you pump the Instagram
No,
adverts?
you
You
can't
can't.
have
Okay.
before and afters on Instagram adverts.
Good, 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 good. I like
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
like that.
Because honestly, if you could, bro, that's all you would see.
Yeah, it'd be a carousel,
Forget
bro.
seeing forget seeing these half naked men and women doing workouts. You would just be seeing before and after, before and after, before and after.
Yeah, and then some skeezy little sales pitch on how they did it in 6 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I even posted on my gram recently about a CrossFitter who shall not be named. But they should know better. I feel like they should know better, but they were running the same competition for money, and the before and afters on that page looked amazing. The workouts were basically just, from what I saw, of course, I didn't buy the program, but from what I saw, they were just like mountain climbers and V ups and all of that stuff, because that's another thing, guys. If you want a six pack, you need to figure out your diet.
Hmm.
Looking in the camera now, you need to figure out the diet, because a lot of people, especially on Instagram, will show their abs and then do some ab workouts, and that's not how they got that. That's just not
No,
how they got that. And
exactly.
that's kind of what happens with a lot of these before and afters. It's like before they didn't have abs, now they have abs. I can very easily in one picture not have abs and then have abs in 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. So yeah, just don't believe what you see, guys. Don't believe what you see.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors on socials. There's so much, just cleverly marketed stuff design and angles to just bait you into shit. And like what you said before about, creating unrealistic expectations, that's the biggest trap here. That's like people, because they now have an unrealistic expectation when the going gets tough and they
Mm-hmm.
got to put in a bit of graft, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna, that wasn't mentioned before. That wasn't mentioned that it's gonna be tough and you're gonna
Yeah.
have to make some sacrifices. It might take longer. It might go up and down and down and down and up and down and down and up and up and up and down. Like, it's not gonna be linear for
Mm-hmm.
everyone. And if people don't talk about that when they're showcasing their before and afters in which they've helped clients achieve really good results, which is great. If they don't properly educate the people that are taking that in, then you're constantly going to have those people falling into that trap of the unrealistic expectations. And then when the hard work knocks on the door, they just fucking quit and then break down and
Yep.
go backwards.
Yep. And that's the way I see it is on Twitter, for instance, the reason why people get in trouble so often, or get a lot of backlash, is because you can't really truly express your feelings, thoughts, and opinions in 144 characters.
Is that all it is?
I believe it's 144, unless they've upped it, but it used to be 144. I'm not really a Twitter dude.
Yeah. I thought it was like I thought it was in the 160, but if one,
Even let's say
yeah,
160, even then,
even less.
you can't really fully express yourself. Imagine like someone asks you how you feel about a subject, and you only have 2 sentences to explain how you feel about a subject. And that's kind of what happens with these before and afters is boom. And that's why I like the way you do it, because you express the journey between A and B. You convey that.
Mm,
But for a lot of people, it's just like, hey, look at this, A and B. And I hate when there's a time frame on it, especially because
mm,
it's like A and B, this was done in 90 days.
yep,
And then it's carousel, 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 carousel.
yep.
As in, picture, 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 picture. No stories, no nothing.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's not expressing the journey, the intricacies, the issues that were along the way, from. And when we say like the issues along the way, we mean um just a drop in motivation because
Yeah,
you dropped in motivation, injuries
yeah.
that you shouldn't have if you're training properly, but sometimes
Happens.
freak accident happens too. But yeah, um issues with food just in general, because it's very easy to get very bored very quickly. Then
Mhm.
your surroundings, how many times I've been eating cleaner than I usually do. I'm never extreme, but then people are like, hey, let's go here, let's go there. It's very
Yeah.
it's very, very challenging. And as you're trying to get through all of that, especially because a change in habits is one of the hardest things humans have to do. That's why
Preach.
we yeah, that's why we know what's wrong with us a lot of the time. Well, self-aware people do,
Hmm.
but we just can't change it. And unfortunately, all the things I just mentioned are not expressed in before and afters.
Yep.
And that's just how it goes.
Yeah.
And
Then.
even and that's another thing is unfortunately for me, not for me, for the world, if you go from before and after, and even if you do express the story in between, sometimes it still might not express the pitfalls that certain people would go through. I
Mhm.
get why we need before and afters as coaches, because like of course, people are buying into a product and maybe they don't know you personally, so they kind of want to see, okay, what have you done with other people? But that's the underlining point. Other people.
Mm.
You're
Yeah.
not other people. You've got
Exactly.
your own issues, you've got your own life, you've got your own struggles and reasons why you might be in the shape that you're in and why you want to change that.
Yep. Yeah. And that's where good coaching comes in and then bridges that gap from, each individual difference, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Being able
Because
to.
unfortunately, and that's the thing is how many coaches do you know, bro, that are like the hardcore like give me five, like, because I'm give me five more with a character who can handle give me five more.
Yeah.
Because I have clients who come up to me and see me with other clients and go like, "Oh, you're so nice to them. Why are you so nice to them?" And it's not because I think like they're weak or whatnot. It's just that they don't respond to that level of motivation,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah, reading the room, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
It's some people like to be, yelled at and uh, demoralized. Like
Yeah. It sounds
some
kind of sick, but yeah.
yeah, like some people like that from a coach and being pushed and yelled at and motivated and go, go, go. You've not done enough until you're fucking dead.
Mhm.
Like, but yeah, like you'd be a good showcase of that, and only doing that with people that you know want it, and
Mhm.
you can pick them. Like I remember seeing that at Titan all the time. Like you knew very well who wanted,
Who
how they
needs
wanted to be
that? Yeah.
coached. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Who needs that?
yeah,
And and that's the thing is, it's so we are bashing the same nail on. We get why there's the before and afters.
hmm
And when an A and B is expressed, that's amazing. And unfortunately, we can only express so much of what the A and B was. So it's just when you do see these before and afters going forward, take everything with a grain of salt.
yeah.
It's amazing to be like, okay, those are the differences. Um, but at the same time, try not to be like me because me, if I see a before and after, bro, magnifying glass. Like, okay, I see the lighting's a bit different here. All right. There isn't really much definition change there, but they're posing in this way.
Yeah.
And I get so
Shoulders are
like,
back.
yeah, I get so fixed on that I'm not just looking at, because for a lot of people, clients, for a lot of clients, when their before and afters posted on social media or wherever, or they just have it, it's a pride moment for them. Look at what they just achieved. Look at what they did.
hmm
And that's unfortunately for us coaches, sometimes we get jaded on that fact, is the fact that, and that's another reason I don't really like these before and afters, because if I am going to post a before and after of you, and I had to change, I had to tell you how to pose and what to do on the second one, or you kind of cheated it by trying to win money, it tarnishes the work you actually did. Because when I see these competition ones, a lot of the time these people have made a change in their life. They do look better, but then
hmm
they've accentuated how better they look to obviously win a prize or whatever, and that's taken away for what you truly did actually achieve.
Yeah.
And that tarnishes it. That ruins the endorphins you get, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I mean, as humans, like we always want more and we always want to do better. That's another conversation. But when you have to spruce up that after photo, like, outside of a photo shoot, I'm not talking about, you've done it purely for a photo shoot. So of course the lighting's going to be great. They're throwing
Hmm.
fucking water on you, whatever.
I wish I had like a water bottle here so I could like have my moment and then blue steal the camera. Bro, give us your best blue steal real quick.
Mate,
Let me
I'm
see it,
smiling.
bro.
I can't. I'm smiling. Hang on. No.
If you're only listening on audio, I advise you to listen to the video, watch the video at this mark. Just saying. Blue steel. Sorry, bro, you're making a point. Yeah. Outside of the photo shoot.
Yeah, so like if they've had to spruce up the photos and try and angle it to get the best after as well, they're not even going to fucking they're not even going to really truly respect the hard work that they've just put in and acknowledge, all the positive changes they've made on their life,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because they're still, trying to sell it or prove something. It's like if
Yeah.
you
Yeah, that's such a good point.
like, it's just you take the before, hopefully take it in the same spot for the after.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you take it at your mum's house or your girlfriend's, whatever, your boyfriend's house, wherever, and that's the only difference. But it, if you're making, if you're running it through Photoshop, your after picture, you're missing the point. You're missing the fucking
Mm-hmm.
point. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're just working into a coach now and their marketing skills.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're then creating a shitty relationship with the hard work you've just fucking put in, and you should just enjoy the shit you've achieved. You don't have to stop there. Like I said before, humans love to do more and constantly chase and level up like through self-development, which is fucking great. However, you have to respect, when you get a win. Like you have to fucking be like, I
Mm-hmm.
kicked fucking ass. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
need to
yeah,
stick my leg out and fucking
yeah.
get that water thrown on me. Like I've done well.
Yeah, and it's like you posted recently. You made a post about performance goals, and you like when people shift their attention to performance goals,
100%.
because a lot of the times once you go to performance goals instead, the how you look just becomes a side effect of
Yep.
what you're achieving. That's not to say you don't have to. It means you shouldn't care about how you look. If you do, you do. That's up to you. But once you put the outside expectations of what other people think about your results and your body and the way you look, you will always be fighting an uphill battle until you can get to a point where you can kind of feel comfortable in. You might not feel comfortable with where you're currently at, but just the fact that you were able to achieve something, aka before and after, and you continue to go down that road, yeah, just keep doing so. Like you're doing amazing. Just keep doing what you're doing. If there's a change between A and B for the better, I don't care what the time frame is. There's a change that's for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Because realistically, I would rather lose 1 kg over 1 year than lose 5 kg in a month, gain 7 kg, lose 2 kg, gain 7 kg,
Mm-hmm.
lose, do you know, and go through
Yeah.
that cycle of constant garbage. Because for that person who lost the 1 kg over a year, whether they were focused it on or not, of course, year is an exaggeration,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of the times they have now developed the tools in order to make this a constant thing over that person who's constantly going up and down, up and down, up and down until eventually uh, they can't do the downs anymore and they just go up.
Exactly. Yeah, they got that education they needed. They've had that aha moment, and now they can sort themselves out for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And it's sometimes, yeah, the education of it is absolutely brilliant to bring up, and also the change of mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all know what's wrong with us, or anyone who's self-aware knows what's wrong with you, like you, and how you could be different. But setting that stuff in stone is a mission,
Mm-hmm.
and if you can, I would rather make that change. Because for instance they say, would you rather win a million, like have $1 million given to you, or have a secret book that can teach you how to make 1 million?
Yeah.
And realistically, someone funny in the comments on, I saw this picture on Instagram, someone was like, I'll just get the million and then buy that book. That's why I
Cheeky
specifically said
fuckers.
secret book, secret book, secret book. Like it's one of one. It's hidden in a Himalayan mountain somewhere if they exist, and it's given to you as that one solid book. You can't buy it.
Yeah, can't be bought, can't be stolen, can't be found.
Yeah.
It comes to you.
No, but it's the phrase of teach a man how to fish,
Yeah.
and yes, the education, but also the mindset change of knowing that, and that's why I like focusing on performance goals instead. But of course, some people do want to focus on how they look, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you need to understand, um, yeah, it's not about these miraculous before and afters.
Yeah, look deeper into the before and after picture. Try
Mm-hmm.
and try and learn, the story from that before and after. Don't create unrealistic time frames. Smell the shit. Where is the shit? Most of the time, there's going to be some just fancy sales pitch on that. So before you go getting into bed with somebody that's producing very good before and after pictures, do your own research, have a chat with that coach, and then you know try and find out if they're trying to sell you a magic formula or they're actually going to teach you how to do it and make you autonomous so that you can do it for yourself and teach you well enough that you can teach those people around you.
Mm-hmm. 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 And yeah, and that's the thing is then, not only that, but you'll be able to surround yourself with those kind of people,
Yeah.
um, because it's very, very easy to find get fit quick people, the people who want that quick result. It's very, very easy to find other people like that, and then you kind of both you might like do a challenge where it's like, yeah, we're gonna lose this much in this like time frame, and then they kind of just abort mission once things get hard, and
Yep.
you're kind of just by yourself.
Yep.
You know, yeah, change mindset, figure out when you see a coach where you like a before and after, really go into that and ask, if anything, ask them, how did that person find it? What did they have to go through? What did they have to deal with? And that can help you better prepare for the journey you're about to take.
100%, man. Good way to finish that up. Have you got any more points you want to add in on this ep?
Unfortunately, I can't do a mic drop because I'm going to mess up the whole setting I've got. So I'm just going to say, yeah, peace.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys. This is Jamie Beasley, and on the other end,
pride is the devil. No, I'm kidding. I'm Sean Thomas at Mugen.coach.
Fitness on Mars. We out.
Me.